Right, let's put the mouse out of the way because I shouldn't need that anymore. And also, Star Wars X-Wing. The thing everyone's been waiting for. He says he tries to figure out how to open the box now. Curse you, Lego. Hopefully this won't take anywhere near as long as the last two molds I built. It took a while. Yeah, I apologise, I couldn't get a good angle on the camera. Kind of like, yeah, you get my junk now. Let's have a look at what we got here. Actually, I'll move that around. Make a load of noise while I do it, just to really annoy everyone. Yeah, it's kind of a bit spread out, isn't it? 5, 3, 1. I'm just stacking these up in an order I can get them. Oh, there's a 6-piece. There you go. 2. Right. If I put that so you can see the manual as well, and then I'll build here, nice and simple. Plastic and a load of tiny Lego figures. I do love some of these where it's like, yay, the first thing you build is the important thing, the characters. Should be a helmet in there somewhere. Yes, there is. I can stand and observe. And then I should have a lightsaber handle. Oh, I do it shiny as well. I like shiny. Click. Oh, he fell over. He's dead. One Luke Skywalker and one R2-D2 by the looks of it. Line his head up correctly. These are the first non-humanoid Lego characters I've built in a while, actually. Right, let's show on the road, shall we? Just arrange it all in a mess, that's fine. Plug that in there, plug that in there. I don't even hear it a lot, but Rosie seems to be having hairball problems this morning. She keeps trying to cough one up and then stopping. And he's like, do I have to go throw you outside? I do not want hairballs all over the place. Two of them, two of them. Back into the pattern again. Plug them in there, plug them in there. Plug that in there. Make sure the autofocus plays ball. Because it's being weird again. There we go. And some more. Must admit, compared to the stuff I built last week, this is relatively easy actually. So I'm just going to zip through this week, rather than the Mustang and the DB5. Actually, did I show you the completed DB5? That thing was huge. There you go. Put it there. Came out quite nicely, that did. Engine and everything. Yeah, that took several hours. And there's the ejector seat, which is always cool. does fire up occasionally. Now I can't put it back together again. I broke it. Oh, I have actually broken it. Something's come off the side. I'll have to get there and strip that apart. That will be fun. Actually, it's going to bug me if I don't fix it. Where on earth did that come from? Yeah, this one's got quite a few bits on it actually. So you've also got the lights at the front, turn into machine guns, and then back again. And the back bulletproof shield. Silly how much detail they put into some of these. I'll have to figure out where that blue bit came from though. That's not meant to do that. Right, one of them. Third of 3, grey 3. And 2 green bits. Yeah, it's definitely, it's so different. Like the level of Lego I've got on my desk is just ridiculously reduced compared to what it was last time. No, the chair a bit's a bit easier. There we go. Put that together. One of them. Tempted to go see the Detective Pikachu movie last night and I didn't bother in the end. I should have. Just didn't really feel up to it. But I have heard it's quite good if you just want to go in for a Pokemon movie anyway. And to be fair, if I'm going to the cinema to see Detective Pikachu, I'm going for a Pokemon movie. Yeah, the DB5 is pretty clever when you see it in action. It's like, how many cool things does it do? All the cool things. So I can't figure out where. I've got one bit that seems to have broken loose, which was naffing up the ejector system. I don't know where it's come from. And it's like, I'm going to have to strip the entire back of the thing down to get to it. One of them, and was there 2 of them? No, 4 of them actually. Can't count. 2, 3, 4. No, put that in the wrong place already. Clip. Ah. Yeah, that's what kind of sold me on it, was the trailer was pretty good. And it's just like, if you just want a silly movie that's got Pokemon in, Pikachu specifically, you're fine. What I have to laugh at is when you see like the critic reviews, and so the critic reviews like, oh yeah, it's not that good, it's not that good, and then you see like the audience reviews, and it's just like there's a few films where the audience reviews have been really good compared to that. Aquaman was the other one. I went to see that, although the critic reviews were a bit, it's a bit meh. And I was down with my parents over Christmas, and we were like, look, let's go and see a film. And we had a choice of several, and it was like, in the end, we settled on Aquaman. And I didn't go in with the high expectation, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's actually a really good film. Like, consider the fact that the other DC films are a bit meh. I mean, Justice League wasn't bad, but it could have been so much better. And I still can't get over Henry Cavill's freaky mustache photoshopping that they did. Dead curious as to how he's going to be in the Witcher series that he's going to do. Saying that, I've still not actually finished The Witcher 3. It's sat in the backlog. A huge... I really need to get on and crack through some of that. It's terrible. I should do an horror. I should get fired and then just work through it instead. Why did you get yourself fired from work? Because I wanted to play video games. But now you can't afford the bills. But video games doesn't work like this. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, critics do judge them as films. I suppose that's their job. It's like from a cinematography thing and all that kind of stuff, whereas fans, we just want to go and watch Pikachu murk a Charizard or something. I can't believe I just said murk. I don't think that's in the slang these days. I'm out of touch with the kids. There it is. Ew, Technic piece. Yeah, probably should watch my words a bit more, shouldn't I? I'm trying not to do the swears. That alone is a challenge and a half. Every time I go out with family friends and it's kind of like, see my godson, and it's kind of have to so carefully watch what I say around him because he's a little friggin' magnet. What does that mean? No, don't say that again. Hello. Then we're back over to the side. One of them, and one of them. Put it together, and what have you got? Some kind of weird mechanical contraption. One, two, three. Oop, clumsy. 2, 3. One, two. Huh, I appear to have missed a bit somewhere. Somewhere along the line, I was meant to put some white squares on there and I didn't. Fired. From a cannon to the moon. Right, let's pop you lads on there next. Click. 2 more. 1, 2. front end. And flip that forward, and 2 right angles. Man, this is easy level Lego. I've already managed to make a mess of it once this morning, so that's just being cocky, and that's going to bite me, isn't it? More Lego, put it together. Nope, that's wrong. That is the wrong size bit. That's what she said. Oh, that's still wrong. Have I just replaced that with the same bit? Yes, I have. Oh, fire me. Terrible. Nil point. And may God have mercy on your soul. That goes on like so. One of you, or 2 of you. Oh, that's where these come into play now. And I need a right angle one somewhere. There we go. Flip that back up. Clip that there. That's there. And the 2 of you I go over here. I hope Naran's not watching, otherwise she's going to be very racist with my French accents here. Two of you. Oh, no, yep, those 2, and 2 of you. Everything over one side, I'm not running all over the place, huh? You go there. Put it together with what have you got? A starfighter. Green, 2 of you, and the funny one. Funny one goes at the front, followed by the green, followed by the 2 whites. Boom! Box complete. I should have kept one of those little bags for spares, shouldn't I? Yes, I did. Reached the end of side 1. Turn the cassette over. Where does that go? Ah, across the back there. And then more of them at the front. So one thing I noticed is in the bigger ones, the more complex ones, they highlight some of the things in red so you know what's changed, whereas in these smaller ones it's kind of like you've got to figure it out for yourself. Although to be fair, I guess once you get the complexity of the big ones, it's kind of like, yeah, good luck figuring out what's changed. It's about 50 bajillion pieces that you can just put in place. One of them's changed. I'm missing 2 of those. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And sometimes it's like, I feel like the internals for the DB5 for that ejection system is massive. It's kind of like, I'm not looking forward to trying to take it apart and fix whatever's gone wrong in there as well. Part of me is just like, just put the bit in the spare box and just do it later. It's not important. The entire thing is like a giant friggin' rig. I keep meaning to, I've recorded the footage. I'm going to turn it to a time lapse so you can see what happened, but I've been having issues with the editing software on this machine, and I can't transfer it to my main desktop because I haven't got big enough storage. So I need to fix that. It's another task on my list of things that will probably get done eventually when I get around to it. You go there, and you go there. Yeah, because building it the first time was horrific. I mean, it's not too bad. I've got a box of spares specifically for those vehicles, so I'll just pop them there. And unless it breaks the mechanism at some point, which if it does, yeah, I'll have to take it apart because you need the demo. You need the mechanism to demo the ejector seat. But it seems to be working for now, so. Either that, or if I ever move house, it'll get dropped. I can guarantee that. Make a really long collection of pipes. Like when you're back in school and you use pipe cleaners for joining stuff together, you make those giant cubes. Yep, correct size. And some of them. And a gold bar. You saw in the gold bar. Click. 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 Flip it upside down. Put the peg in. Come on, get on that. Done. The grey one, yep, that's the right size. In at the front. No idea what this is making. It looks clever. I'm gonna prowl. Ew. What are we making here? Give me a 3. 3! Give me 2 ones. 2 ones. And a couple of bendy boys. And other bendy boys. Click. Click. interesting last night. On Channel 5 there was a documentary about the Heinz Beans factory. Like the biggest factory, the biggest food factory in Europe, I think it's classed as, or something like that. It's amazing the amount of tech in there that they use just for making like beans and soups and stuff like that. It's like they analyse beans for discoloration, they do it with lasers. One of them. That's probably pretty sad talking about a friggin' bean factory, but I liked it. I quite happily insert like this half-hour long documentary about how they do beans. I love mechanical stuff like that though, that's just me. A bit weird. A bit weird is probably an understatement anyway. And one of them. Alright, let's put these bad boys together. On you as well. Alright, small bendy boys on the back. I love the fact one of the things they were discussing in the documentary was the whole like the way the beans was originally like an American thing, and now it's just become like such a very like British thing. Like Heinz, like if people didn't know it, they just think beans were British because of the amount we eat, and like how during wartime and stuff like that the beans weren't rationed like everything else; they were considered an essential. I thought that was such a British thing. Cans full of Heinz beans and the other stuff as well. It's just easy. If you just can't be bothered to cook anything, like canned food is the best. Just microwave ready meals and stuff like that normally have all the different preservatives in. Canned food doesn't tend to, because canning it is the preservation method. All interesting facts I learned from watching this documentary last night, in case you're wondering where I know all this from. So hey, I'm guessing this is some kind of front bit. Oh yeah, it shows you in the next bit. Wide strippy boys, on you go. So you sit either side of the weird prow thing we put in earlier. That makes sense. Go on, through you go. In the hole. It doesn't seem to be very big once you get it on and locked in place though. Nope, that's not right. It's got to go further on. Oh no! Why is it not clipping? Have I messed this up somewhere? Yes, I have. It wasn't quite far enough on. Clippy, clippy. Have I tried refried beans? No, I haven't tried refried beans. That sounds interesting. I mean, I don't know why you'd refry beans, but hey. There are some strange recipes out there that I have never heard of, and I tend to try some of them. Poutine's one my brother keeps talking about every time he goes over to Canada that I need to try. In his own words, it's right up your alley. It's cheese curds, gravy and chicken, I think it was, or something like that. I was like, okay. It's like that scene from Parks and Rec. It's like, slow down there, son, you had me at meat tornado. Clip that bit there. Oh, nearly dropped it. Oh, did drop it. Got the ham hands. Do you know, I was half expecting Rosie to be all up in my face this morning, and she's gone to sleep now. That's it, she's happy. Kitty likes snoozing time. One of them, another bendy boy, and a white bendy boy. And these go either side of the, I guess that's the chassis here, isn't it? Yeah, looks like it. Oh, crunch. Yeah, I can't say I've ever tried those. Definitely sound like something I'd try. I mean, at the end of the day, it's food, I'll definitely try it. I've even had the French frogs' legs and snails. I'm not particularly fond of them, to be fair. They just don't taste like anything. Snails taste like some people say like chicken, but I don't think it is. It's very bland. And frog's legs, I think, tasted like fish a little bit. Snails are pretty good with garlic, I must admit, because all you can taste is garlic. Oh, front heavy now, it's falling over. My will slap me, I'm not surprised at that. He's like, oh, he's dissing my cuisine. I mean, what Maya makes is amazing. I've seen some of it in the Discord. He's like, this is proper. I don't know why I've given him like a really stereotypical French accent. Please don't hurt me, Maya, I'm sorry. I seem to have dropped a bit somewhere. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, some of the stuff Maya cooks looks amazing. So he probably puts the effort in. I'm still surprised at that whole, like, as British people, we're just not that into cooking. And like as friends, like, yeah, we take 2 hours out of our day to like cook and sit down and enjoy time with family. I mean, I love my family, but 2 hours with them, I'd probably end up murdering them, or they me. It's like Christmas is the longest time we get together, and even that always evolves into an argument, or a fight, or something. Depends which brother's away in Canada. If Jordan's away in Canada, we're fine. If he's not, Terry's alright. Scary Terry, Josh. But again, the two of them together tend to rub each other the wrong way. I mean, I must admit, Jordan can rub anyone the wrong way. I went down there for an extra week last year for Christmas, and oh my god, I thought it was going to be a peaceful week where I could just like unwind and hang with my parents for a bit because I hadn't seen them all year. No, wrong. Jordan was a nightmare. He was under pressure from his exams, and then on top of that he had that blooming gym built underneath his house that was just constantly making noise. And he was getting wound up about that, wound up about something else. Every time he'd try and do something, he'd be in the way at Mum and Dad's house, and of course then he'd just moan that everyone else was like getting in his way. It's like, you're in the middle of the kitchen, it's a thoroughfare, Jordan. What's a thoroughfare? It's the main route of access. You're gonna get disturbed, boy. One, two. Yay, I can count. Oh, sticker time. Yay. Ooh, double sticker time. Even better. Right, so both of these are the same length by the looks of it. So sticker 2 is at the front. I don't know why they don't just engrave the bits with what you require and make you do stickers. I mean, I don't mind, I like stickers, but they're one of those like really irritating bits to get right. Don't matter how hard you try, it'll take 3 attempts and it still won't be straight. That's not bad. I give that an A for effort. Oh no, it's stuck. I didn't want that. No, too far along. Try again. Come on, just go down easily. Ah, damn it. Come on, stick. Stick. No, that's wonky. It's hanging over one edge, so this is not going to work, is it? Deep breath. We're good. We're good. Don't panic. Hey, that'll do. Because if I try and unstick and restick anymore. Okay, one there. Backed up like that. I love these little poppers. I've got like 4 of them now from the very beginning. 1, 2, 3. You get one with every model you build now. I remember when they used to be like you had to buy them specifically from the Lego store. Now they come one in every box. At least one with every big model. And there's a right angle somewhere, there it is. It's starting to look like an X-Wing anyway. Make a sandwich. Make a sandwich block. And where do you go? On there, by the looks of it. Guessing that's going to be for the canopy at some point. 2 of them. 2 of them. 2 of them. Exciting moment where you start running low on bits. Two righty whiteys. Click. And a black and a smooth, or nearly smooth, not quite smooth. You go up there, and you go up there. Next bag, here we go. See, burn it for this one. 3. Ugh. Ooh, cockpit. One of them, and 2 of them. Oh no, 2 of them, 4 of them. By can I count? Yeah, they do seem to put a lot of bags in here. I mean, really, you could just put it all in one, but I guess because they're smaller bits, people do what I've just done and separate them out. As long as I remember to put the bags in the recycling, I feel better about myself. Cockpit going on. Oh, let's not try again. Now it is. And there appears to be a small fire extinguisher behind the seat. Not like you'd ever get to that if you ever got shot out of the sky. Unless it's an oxygen tank, maybe. Run away. 2 of those bits look like telephones. These 2 smaller grey bits. Now we're working on the back of it now. And you go there. And your friend goes there. Which one was Porkins? Was that the one of the trench run, or was that the 88? The guy who got stomped on by the 8080? That's the next model I want to get. I think an 8080 might be next month's purchase. Should probably stop buying quite so much Lego actually. It's like, this month has been fun, I've built loads of it. Next month will not be as fun. Gotta save up those pennies. Oh yes, was his actual name Porkins then, or did they? Is that just a fan name because he was a tubby guy? Laugh so hard if they canonically named him Porkins. I don't know whether like coming up with a fat joke is comedic geniusness or just like general hilarity though. He's like, hey, we got a fat dude in an X-wing. What's his name? How about Porkins? Could have only been worse if they'd nicknamed if they'd given him the call sign Red Velvet. It's like Red 5 standing by, Red Velvet standing by. Oh no, Julie hands. 2 blacks, 2 whites, 4 rounds. Oh, I think it's a Family Guy sketch where they're like, it's like different. It's like Simply Red standing by, Red October standing by. Need more silly cool lines. There's the little blue one. It's beginning to look like a patchwork of an X-Wing, that's for certain. Not one of the shiny new ones that they had in the new films that are all black. Is it Poe Dameron? I can't remember. Yeah, Poe Dameron is Poe, wasn't it? I didn't mind the new Star Wars films, but they weren't. Just didn't feel as good as the old ones. Like the classic 3, 4, and 5, I think they are, aren't they? No, 4, 5, and 6. Sorry. That's what I really miss are the old. What's the name of the games? Rogue Squadron games that Rare used to make. I think it was Rare. Was it Rare? It was LucasArts, wasn't it? And Factor 5? That sounds about right. Those games were amazing, and I'm dead disappointed that EA got the license and didn't do anything useful with it. Just fucking. Yeah, we made some microtransaction games. Bugger you, EA. Because that's what we really need to be, nickel and dimed in this day and age. Makes me angry. Yeah, I think it's Rogue Leader and Rogue Squadron on it because they made two games, or Rogue Leader 2, I can't remember now. There's quite a few of them, but they were all really good games, and my favourite ship of them, the Y-Wing, was in there. I love the Y-Wing. It's like someone went, you know what we really need? A really big, really slow plasma bomber. And someone went, that's a brilliant idea. It's like, this is space combat. A bomber's pretty easy. It doesn't matter, build it. And then they doubled down on that strategy with the New Order ones where they built those really big, slow multi-bombers or whatever they were. They just got ripped out of the sky. The Y-Wing and the B-Wing, two of the lesser used craft, but I think they were brilliant and there needed to be more of them. But yeah, the Y. I just love the concept behind the Y-Wing. It's big, slow, and it bombed everything to bugger him back again. There's a Lego model of it, but it's like 90 odd quid, and it's like, I want it, but it's expensive. Consider the fact these are like less than that. I was like, do I buy the Y-Wing? No. I went for an interview somewhere once actually, and they had a snowspeeder on display. That was quite a good one. You can turn the engines at the back of it, and it'll deploy the little slowing brake flaps, which I thought was quite cool. Did quite like the fact it's like they just had a Lego scattered all over the desk. He's like, I want a job here. He's like, yeah, you're not quite good enough. It's like, no, my skills. To be fair, it was a games development job, not an IT job. If they'd been after an IT guy, I probably would have nailed it. Not quite there on the games development yet. Well, I did make a good ship, but it looked really cool. Just the way it just spins around. It was terrible for an actual design idea. It was terrible. Because not only was it like a giant crucifix, it was a massive surface area at that point. When it was flat, it was just like a really long thing in surface area. It's like, oh, we're not going to struggle hitting that. It's like the modes are almost the other way around. It's like it should have been flat when it was in its attack mode and in the crucifix when it was moving fast. Because at least with the crucifix, it was a smaller surface area. But no. Oh, this one has a gun as well. Excellent. Me likey. Oh, should probably assemble the gun before I put it on. Too late. Satisfying click is satisfying. Yes, it does. Yeah, just the zippy little A-wing just goes dunk. It's like, oh, that breached your shields. Actually, no, they destroyed the shield generator, hadn't they, already at that point, and it just smashed straight into the front of it. Surprise! Right, so I flip this back. Apparently, this just goes straight down. Oh, yeah, there's a hole there. Okay, fair enough, down you go. Oh, I see, it sticks out the bottom. I don't know why, it just does. So one thing that always made me laugh about the Star Destroyers though is like once the shields went down, the deck, like the control area just becomes like a massive vulnerability. It's like, yeah, it's only going to take one shot to go through that. It's just glass at this point now. It might be heavily reinforced glass, but that ain't going to help. So it's like, I think in one of the Rogue, in fact, I think in both the Rogue Squadron games, you have to take them down, and the easiest way is just to blow out the generators underneath, blow out the generators on top, and then just blow out the cabin. It's like, and it's dead. He's dead. Should be a boot here somewhere, probably. Oh no, there we go. Is that black or grey? Grey, since it matches. Yeah, I think I rode in Aura's Corvette when he got his. It's just like, these things are massive. Trying to dock them though looks like it's hard work. You can only land at starports that are capable of taking heavy ships, at which point you're just kind of like, yeah, through the slot. Take my smaller, faster ships any day. Mainly because I just barrel them through the... It's like, here comes the post box! Woomph! Oh no! my favourite things to do on Elite is when I'm smuggling goods is just literally line up with the post box for about 2 clicks out. Full on power it up and then just go engine dead. Turn the engine off, turn everything off, and just like cruise through the letterbox. Minimal control, and then once you get inside and you pass the scanning system, you just like turn everything back on and slam the brakes on before you hit the end of the thingy. Man, it's nice I've bounced off the side or even gone through a freaking thingy. I did it out of curiosity, the smuggling. It got really annoying because it was kind of like, oh, I'm being detected, and then I read up on it, and it's like, yeah, you need to go in with like as little engine signature as possible. And I was like, well, the easiest way of doing that would be just turn everything off, and apparently that's a known tactic. And I was like, I didn't realise that, and yeah, I started trying to like glide in silently, and then I remember watching a YouTube video of some guy doing it from like 4 or 5 kilometers out. He throttles up, boosts to like infinity, turns off everything, so his ship's just flying in a straight line at that point. It's basically gone ballistic. And then he shoots through the door so fast, the scanners don't even recognise him. He's like requesting docking on the plane, like, request docking, docking request approved. Straight through. And yeah, then he gets to the inside, you just see him, like, everything lights back up and he just like slams the brakes on. For them. I do enjoy Elite, but I must admit setting up my friggin' flight system every time I want to play it's a nightmare. Yeah, heat sinks are good for reducing your thermal image, but I think it's, I don't know, yeah, it's thermal, isn't it? Yeah, because I was going to say, because silent running does the same thing. It just mutes everything by closing your heat vents. I don't know whether I play it. That's the problem. I've got so many games on backlog at the moment. I don't know whether I play it yet. Oh, you get another pilot. I did not know that. Betting that's rubber bands. Right, so who's our new pilot then? Clearly not a Jedi because he's got a blaster. Well, I say that. Clearly not a Jedi because he's not got a lightsaber. He does, however, have an astronaut droid. Put his head on backwards. I have put his head on backwards. Sorry. No, now put it on sideways. Oh, now I dropped it. Ugh, there we go. Oh, it's Big's Dark Lighter. That's what it's meant to be. It's on the box. Now we just need a Wedge Antilles and we've got a Final Fantasy crew. Whee. Fred dead. Could make a decent spin-off with that. He could be the only survivor in an ambush for some strange reason. It's Red Dead's Redemption. That's been very calm. Oh, this is a bit flimsy. No, probably could space this out a bit more on my desk, but never mind. What's done is done. It cannot be undone. Prick. I'm assuming this is a winger the way it's being built. 1 of 4. And oh no, I've lost my train of thought now. Oh no! Choo choo, this train has left the station. 3 of them. Reinforce the back of it. You go there. You go there. You go there. And you two go there. Back on the front again. See, these are actually getting a bit more complex now. It's actually worked through the build. It's like, yeah, we're slowly going to make these more hard. It's like, yeah, I've been doing this for a while now. Where's me 1? There's me 1. There's me 3. And 4. There's me 4. No, I forgot my 2. Oh, no, I'll put my 2 down. We're good. Don't panic. Don't panic, Captain Mannering. Mr. Mannering. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Don't panic, don't panic. Panic! Doodly bits. Dad's Army references. Timeless until you come across a youngster in your office and you make one and they're like, what? What are you on about? Click. Oh, trap my finger on that out. One of them and a right angle. Where's my right angle one? Two of them. Oh no, I've lost it. There we go, found it again. Yeah, unfortunately, it comes to my attention that a lot of people in my office are younger than me, so it's kind of like, yeah, I'm part of the old crew now. I'm the old guard. It's like when everyone else is sub 30 and I'm there at 32. It's like, there's a few people older than me, like the directors and that, but that's about it. And the senior developer. But yes, I am the old for my chagrins. Feel old as well. I'm always telling people to like do certain things. It's like, no, don't do that. That's not very secure. Don't get off my LAN. Get off my network. It's like, you damn whippersnappers, get off my LAN. Bloody kids with their Tinders and their iPhones and their googly docs. Oh, missed it, sorry. Someone looks a little bit like a flux capacitor. Mate, wrong generation. We need something that works with the millennials of this generation. Because obviously we grew up with Laserdiscs and started Top of the Pops and all that kind of stuff. I mean, for us, it's like bloody kids with their broadband and their... I'm trying to think what else kids would have grown up with. Their internet access, obviously, yeah. And their smartphones. I remember watching Top of the Pops when I was a kid on a friggin' CRT TV. Man, I feel old. So old. Please, sir, isn't my time to die yet? Alright, so, what are you going for? Oh, I may have just messed this up as well, actually. That'll teach me for taking my eye off the ball. Fluffed it. Try again. Sounds about right. With their paying for things and with their watches, their inability to digest bread, their 27-pound avocados, and their impossible uphill battle to get a foot on the property ladder. I'm dead surprised the property ladder hasn't collapsed under the weight of friggin' some of the people on it who just are buying properties and going, yeah, we're going to rent them out to you. London especially, what my brother pays for rent's phenomenal. And then you've got friggin' our government going, yeah, but we're not going to pass this bill about having a decent house because then some of our members are landlords and they'd have to abide to that. How dare you expect them to abide to that? 10. Sticker time. Well, you know, another one to actually, not to mention their impossible struggle to live with the consequences of the older generation, voting them out of the European Union. Or that picture of Jacob Rees-Mogg I posted. Hey babe, are you the British economy? Because I'd like to give you a weak pound. Struggling now. Come on. 4 ones. 1, 4. Yep, we're good. And then the bits that make the wings join on. That's terrible. I think you said that one before as well. I remember that one. Terrible. Struggling with this. No, wait, that's right. That's right. Oh, God. I remember one of those moments where I'm trying to attach Lego to Lego and my brain's just going, where is this going now? It's going there. Just click it in place and we're done. It's beginning to look more like an X-Wing, that's for certain. Some roundy smoothie bits. You know what, I thought this was going to take longer than it probably is, so now I've got to figure out what I need to do with the rest of my day. Part of me's like, I should go out and do some gardening, and part of me's like, I hate gardening. What do you mean with the plants and the insects and everything else out there? Plug that in there. That's looking good. Slowly trying to assemble the wings, and there should be a small bit there. There we go. I've got 2 more of these things to do. These are quite complex for wings. That's what most of this build time is going in. I've already played, remember? I played with you guys the other day. I just haven't had much enthusiasm to go back and play it some more. Now Aura's got a server, and they keep me to log on and give it more of a try. Just one of those games that doesn't really draw me in. I can see the appeal, but at the same time, it's not appealing to me. It's a bit of an odd one. I mean, I find the building system far too clunky. And the combat system is not brilliant either. Man, I really am telling you as an old person. Like, I don't like this, and I don't like this, and this is terrible. Alright, next one in. Yep, that works. Ah, they are rubber bands. Aha. Yeah, I probably should give it another go. Oh, Christ. I need to take my eye out. I'd forgotten to fasten it down. Whoops. Well, we learnt the hard way. Don't forget to fasten it off. I want to try and do some more coding as well, see if I can make some more progress on my game that I've been working on. Nope, it's falling over again. Getting quite a bit of weight behind it as well, actually, now. Bag number 5, please. Bag number 5. Let's go. More rubber bands. No doubt for holding the wings together. It's like a huge pile of plastic bags next to me now. Rosie's not moved at all. Completely nonplussed by today's events. Do you remember, what do you call it, Star Fox on the N64? Basically trying to re-emulate that concept, like the on-rails shooter, because there's not really any games like that out there at the moment I can think of. But it means I've got to get back into doing Unity, so I might just churn out some smaller projects first and just like that endless runner game, see if I can get it to a point where I'm quite happy with it. It's just that I've not touched any programming for like 6 months to a year now, so I've got to, well, I say programming, not touched any Unity programming anyway. There's got to be something I can reach out and do, just to get myself back into the swing of it. The problem, a little bit of practice every day would go down well. Same with drawing as well, that's the other thing I want to do more of. Naran gave me a load of help. Star Fox was top tier, I loved it, and then they did Star Fox Zero and they ruined everything. Yeah, let's throw in janky motion controls. No, let's not, please don't. Too late, we did it! God damn it, Nintendo. You had one job and you messed it up. Yeah, Naran gave me a load of tips on drawing, and I've not really. I started practicing them, and then just kind of it dropped off again. It's like I really need to sit down and commit some actual time to some of these things if I want to get better at them, rather than just getting in the evening and sitting and watching TV, which is brain deadening at the best of times. Reality TV, reality TV. It's a terrible thing, reality TV. It'll rot your brain. Completely and utterly. That said, I do quite enjoy things like the Ice Road Truckers, whenever that's on. I just watch it on reruns on Dave. But yeah, I would definitely like to try and get another game out this year. Even if it's just something small. Something small and simple rather than something overwhelmingly large. In before that's what she said as well, before you post that. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't speak verbally. I chat with her occasionally in Discord. I got a private channel when I was asking her for help with drawing. She gave me a load of exercises. Like drawing circles and stuff like that, and recommended a few other books as well, which I brought and started reading, and then just, as I said, haven't really touched again. Yeah, her streams are amazing when it comes to drawing stuff. I was like, yeah, it just looks so easy, and then you're just like, I can't even make a circle. I can't even draw a head that looks right. Not that I'm predicting what you're going to say next, bloke, but I'm predicting what you're going to say next. It's too easy, which is also what she said. Where are we going with you? Where's me? Right angle. Click. Two of them, one of them. Yeah, remember that this time. Didn't leave that out. Would have been bad. The only consistent I am is inconsistent. I am consistently inconsistent, and it's fine. You never know what's going to happen next. I'll give you a hint, it's probably degeneracy. I've just realised I'm not even bothering to put them into little piles now to sort them. I'm just doing it as I go. It's like, yep, this is quite faster, easier. And this is an upside down wing on the other side. Oh, missed it. Missed it by that much. There's another wing down. Still getting there. One, two, and another one. So I'm guessing this is the mechanism for the wings. I'm assuming it turns, it flicks the wings open, and then the rubber bands close them once you've got the yeah, makes sense. Right, one more wing. Must admit, they could have done something to spice up the building of the wings, because they're all pretty much the same. You could have just built all four at once. So that trying to build all four at once might be a little bit overwhelming. Click. Also, I had to like double check myself to make sure I'm not just autopiling what I can remember the last one and then getting it wrong. It's like, no, that doesn't go there. That goes like that. Yeah, I remember I had a friend who had like loads of Star Wars toys. And yeah, he had the X-Wing, the Millennium Falcon as well. Huge, great toys. Oh, cat hair. Cat hair on the X-Wing. Nope, I've done that wrong now. Too eager. Ooh. Dang it. There we go. Have to lean back to make it work. Okay, so this one is different than what it looks like. One of you. That's good. Clip those two in there. Actually, speaking about Naran, I was going to have a chat with her about a commission. I might do it next month when I've actually got the money available though. Rather than ask her for prices that they've never get back to her or something. I don't want to be that guy. Oh, run away. More cat hair everywhere. Goes like that. That goes there. That goes there. It's looking right. And stickers. Stickers. All it needs, you're right. Oh, that went on pretty well actually. I thought I was going to mess that. Not bad. Oh, run away. Run away, little girl. Run away. And of course that reference will be lost on anyone who's not played World of Warcraft. That makes me sound creepy as fuck. That goes in there, and in the end there. I just follow the instructions, mate. It says put the sticker on once the piece is on. Look, see, right here. Sticker on the piece that's already on. I normally do fit them when they're not on, but if the instruction manual says to put it on while it's on, I'll do it that way. Mainly because the fact it doesn't tell you to put the sticker on until you've like put the piece. Look, the pieces are on and held down, so you can't, unless you know on the page before it's going to need a sticker on it, which I didn't. And you are far from a civilized person anyway. You are in no position to judge me. Alright. I'm assuming that's a spare. Yeah, because most of them it's said so far, it's like, yeah, do this sticker, then stick the piece down. It's like, yep, I can do that. But then occasionally there's been a few bits where it's gone, nope, don't do that. That is not the way we do it around here. What's the Avengers thing? We don't do that here. Oh yes. Looking like an X-Wing now. So I'm assuming pulling this lever will make the wings pop. It does! How cool is that? And I've lifted it outside, that was very clever. I'm not used to having the webcam, I've moved the webcam now. And then we close the wings, and then we open the wings, and then we close the wings. Because I'm easily amused. Last bag. This looks like it's mainly making it purdy. And we like purdy. We do like purdy indeed. Right, and these go top and bottom of our rubber band friends. Guessing to stop the rubber band pinging off. It's very hard to operate when the wings don't work anymore. You've not seen How to Train Your Dragon, Nina? Terrible. It's a brilliant film. Well, I guess you have seen it now, but I can't believe you've not seen it until then. you say 3's on par with 1 and 2 bloke, or less of, or better of? Better than, sorry. Yeah, I know the first one was. They say normally sequels aren't as good as the well, they're like not as good as the first one, and they're not even on the same ballpark sometimes. I can't think of the second one. Oh yes, no, I remember. Yeah, that was quite emotional. That one. Everyone else be like, yeah, it's making me cry, and I'm just like, I am dead inside. More stickers. And again, sticking them on after it's been assembled, because that's what it says to do. That's good. I might see if I can get hold of a copy of the third one then. I think it's one of the few films I actually own on Blu-ray is How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2. One of them, I know two of them, two of them, two of them, two of them, two of them. Gonna make me a hinge joint click. Yeah, I trapped my finger when I did that, it hurt. Make it click. The hardest part I find to believe about that sentence, bloke, is that you read a book. Did Cass read it to you as a bedtime story? Cheat. Getting there now, very nearly finished. Oh, I put that together back to front, haven't I? Yes, I have. Kind of takes all the fun out of it, though. It's like, if you're not reading the book itself, just read the summary on Wikipedia. There's someone at work who does the same with Game of Thrones. She's like, oh, I don't bother watching it, just read the summary. I mean, to be fair, I can kind of get behind that because I can't really follow Game of Thrones either. It just doesn't interest me. Which makes me a monster, apparently. It's like, yeah, that makes me a monster. And not the other things I do in my spare time. Jet turbo, it looks like it. And a dish. And a barrel. It's a weird combination of it. It's like that's a barrel, that's a tire like component, and that's a satellite dish. What on earth am I making here? Oh, a mess. Oh no, I see. I've got the last bit wrong. Need a black peg. I struggle to understand how some people have thrown so much time into Game of Thrones. It's just like I couldn't. Well, after the first series, I was just like, I don't get what the fuss of this is. I'll make 4 of these things. But then again, I had the same problem with Red Dead Redemption as well. I didn't really enjoy that. And everyone's like, how can you not enjoy it? And I just don't. I remember that upsetting Rin and Storms at one point. He's like, it's not bad game design. Yes, it is. Don't auto-sheath my weaponry unless I tell you. In fact, it wasn't even auto-sheath, it was auto-unload. It took all your weapons off you. Oh, thank you! See, Red Dead Redemption, I could not understand the hype. My brother really enjoys it, but he also accepts that I don't, and that's fine, I can live with that. But it's like, I couldn't even just sit down and enjoy it as like a cowboy game because of some of the mechanical things on it. Like when you were riding it, it just like auto put your guns away, and it's like, well, I want to jump off and shoot. Oh no, wait, I've got to jump off, unload my stuff from my horse, prep myself to go into combat. And it's like, this is boring. I don't want to be doing this. If I was an actual cowboy, I would have saddled up in town with the intention of I'm going to carry all my guns. See, I enjoyed the original. I didn't find it had as many. It struck the line between realistic and fun, like within reason. I completed it, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's not a bad game. But yeah, RDR2 just seems to go like full tilt for the realism, and it's just like, oh, I don't need this. It's boring. It drives me insane, and I know it's a point of contention with a lot of people when I mention that. They're like, how can it's like the game of the year? And it's like, no, God of War was game of the year. Do you know why? Because God of War was fun. Boy. If anyone else is watching, by the way, and just wants to chip in, do feel free. We don't bite. I don't bite specifically. I do, but only if you ask nicely. No, bad. Yeah, RDR, not my thing. Quite happy I can accept that. There's another one that came out recently as well. Your motorbike one. Days Gone. That's apparently like hit and miss for some people. I figured I'd give it a try because Josh got a free copy, so can't argue with that. Put the engines on the back. Yeah, God of War was an amazing story, and then they nailed the combat as well, which I was worried about because obviously it wasn't classic God of War mash buttons till everything dies kind of combat, which is I was kind of hoping for, but they refined it instead. Instead of making it like more button mashy or too refined, they kind of got this what I feel was a perfect combo system, and it did what it needed to do. Made me feel powerful while at the same time giving me room to experiment with it. 7. Puts the engines on the back or else it's not going to go anywhere. Oh, I got that one key. Do it again before it sets. Rubbish. There we go. Let's line it up down one side. It's easier. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. And then that goes on like so. And that's 3 then. Oh, okay, 1 second. Cat is about to throw up a hairball by the sound of it. And I've got a sticker on my finger. you go outside, you know the rules. Trying to run a cat through the house while she's trying to hock a hairball. No, no thank you. Do not want. It does a bit actually, doesn't it? Okay. So, in theory, according to this, the wings should now open and close correctly, which we did test earlier, but let's do it again. Whoop. Whoop, perfect. Yep, I can live with that. That looks good. Oh, I see. So these now go underneath. Must be one thing I really did like about God of War was the way you could use the axe strategically once you start getting other weapons as well. So it's like you could freeze it with that, freeze something with an axe, and then wail something else with the other weapons. Or freeze it and get Atreus to shoot it. Boy. So these just say go over the back. So do they go on underneath then? Or it's not a very clear instruction. Especially since the fact the underneath already has two white squares on it. So where do they go? Oh, that's confusing. I mean, unless they're... Oh, they're different call signs. Right, okay, that makes sense. It's red 5 and red 3. Actually, I didn't spot that, so you got the pips. There's 3 pips on that one, whereas the ones that are on at the moment have got 5 pips. And then we load the doobly-doos. Come on, in you go. You have to admire, despite all the warnings across the system going, please don't do this, it's like Lego give you enough things to fire out. Oh, oh, dropped it. Right, so let's put Mr. Skywalker in. And his R2 unit. You need to lose some weight. Get in there, fatty. There we go. Load of spare bits. So there we have one. Oh, where's the camera on? I moved it. Keep forgetting I moved it. X-wing. And on top of that, you can also make it fire stuff. Oh, dropped it. And then there's also these laser pointers up here that you can make it fire, which are rather cool. Put them back in there. Yeah, you got two figures, bloke. So I got Biggs and I've got Luke as well. So the idea being is you can change the designation on the X-wing depending on who you've got piloting it. So I've got the Biggs's Red 3 designation and Luke's Red 5. What I will do is loosen those off a bit so they're not keeping the springs tensed while they're in there. Oh, big lightsaber, and put that in the bag. Yeah, Neen, there's another one as well. There you go. Oh. Got two R2 units. Twice I put that up in there. Stop putting the lightsaber in the thing. Can we store Luke's lightsaber in with him? No. I have to go in the spares bag. Spares bag. You can have a pistol. Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with that. So that's one X-wing finished. And you also got the landing gear, which we can fold up out the way. To a degree. Come on. Fold. Oh, can fold it if you're not ham-handed like I am. Oh, I see. That's clever. So when the wings are closed, if you've got it set down, I've got to put the leg down again. I didn't realise when the wings are closed, it sits levelly on. There's 2 feet underneath. I'll see if I can show you actually. So there's 2 feet here. It will sit nicely on. And then if you deploy the wings like so, it actually raises up a little prong underneath as well. I'll put it on the desk. There you're right, Adam. This is where I build Lego. It still sits nicely without crushing the wings down. I was late starting as well, Needs. To be honest, I started last week, Adam. I did it as a laugh and I wasn't expecting to do it again. But I might do one next week where I build this thing as well. Run out of space to put all my Legos. I did record the stream as well, so I'll see if I can put a time lapse together of it once I get the editing software working properly. So yeah, slowly. So we've got one X-wing, one Mustang, and one James Bond DB5. To be honest, I needed a cam because I normally use my Surface Pro for talking to my parents, and it's on Skype, and that's been playing up lately. So I figured I'd buy a new webcam so I could talk to them directly. And then when you said about streaming it, I was like, yeah, do you know what? That might be worth a laugh, and I actually quite enjoyed it. So, yeah, the C920. Look at that bad boy. Can also raise and lower the suspension as well. Yeah, it's a surprisingly good cam actually for the price. I thought cams were going to be expensive because I wanted one that could at least do like 1080p. Because I'm downscaling. It's like stream at 720, but I figured 1080 was good. There we go. Put that back up there. Put that back over there. Yeah, so I need to buy a shelf really so I can start storing stuff on it, because now I've just got a collection of Lego everywhere. Just rest that on there. Done. I can close again. So yeah, so next week I will probably do the TIE Fighter, which is sat around here because I'm pace myself to give you something to look forward to at the weekend. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. No, I'm not going to do another Not Today. I've got other things I need to do as well, but also I want to, as I said, save it for next week. That is straight on desk, a little bit, but oh, not flat. Yeah, the corner's curved. No one wants to see my face. It's a terrible, terrible sight. Total biscuit icon. Right, anyway guys, thanks for watching, and as I said, I'll probably stream again next week with the X-Wing. I'll do an announce or something in the Discord, and Adam, I'll ping you separately. I don't think he'd be interested in watching, to be fair. He's like, I build Lego and talk shit. I do it all the time. Yeah, that's very true. Right, thanks again everyone. I shall speak to you later.